Hi and welcome. I am Mark Blatstein and the physician who created the Physician Presentence Report Service with the goal to prepare you the best I can as you prepare for your pre-sentence interview and future expectations and concerns regarding the Federal Bureau of Prisons, otherwise known as the BOP. With over 30 years in private practice, along with my personal experience in the BOP, I aim to provide you and your family with the information needed as you face this life-altering event. To that end, I've created this series, How to Prepare for Federal Prison. With today's topic, process. First, preparation for the sentence interview. Second, getting your message on the record. And then third, developing the BOP placement options. So with that in mind, let's get to it. Starting with my intake form or history form like you can see when you go to the doctor, the pre-sentence interview requires you to get copies of all of your medical history, mental health history. This includes medications. So you have to have copies of your medications. COVID, we're all tired of it. COVID is still with us. Hopefully you've been vaxxed and boosted because as a virus, you're going into prison and prison's a closed system. So you want to be as careful as you can. Psychology programs, while they may be available, it is possible that either the prisons are short-staffed where there's not staffing for the particular program, or they are not sold out, but they're maxed out as far as having too many inmates for the programs. But your PSI needs to be complete and accurate. Why? Healthcare is available to you within the Federal Bureau of Prisons, but you may need, let's say, a second opinion, and it may take 18 months or a couple of years to get the ability to get that second opinion. Once you get it, and a doctor on the outside gives you a recommendation to bring back to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, they're not obligated to follow the recommendation. So it's better to have a complete and accurate pre-sentence interview, so that gives you a little bit more medical background. Medical care is provided through 4 levels, and they place you accordingly, be it care level 1, all the way from very healthy, all the way to care level number 4, which is nursing, which is hospital type care. Medication is available through 3 levels. On formulary is available generically to where it's not available. Non-formulary in the middle is available. They just don't want to give it to you. It requires a lengthy pre-authorization period. We've covered some of the psychology programs. Here are 4 that, while available, there's only 2 locations for each of these programs in nationwide. Going further, RDAP is a program for a drug program that allows you to get off your program. Unicor is a job type training program where you can get paid minimally, but it's still some sort of payment. Security levels, as well as medical, all this is provided within the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Management variables is directly correlated with your criminal history regarding placement. Public safety factors, same. This is a brief chart. I will give a secondary video on this at some point. On the left-hand side, you will see female security and male security. These are point totals, and they are hardcore, as opposed to with regard to where you're placed into a low, minimum, high, etc. Pre-sentence interview preparation continues. Why it's important. The probation officer, after interviewing you, will do their investigation, and then they're going to draft their pre-sentence report. The pre-sentence report is a big deal because it's going to be used by the judge to sentence you, by the Federal Bureau of Prisons to put you in prison. The probation officer is going to use it throughout your supervised release. Last, is going to remain on your record. Continuing, it includes your address, prescriptions for medications, which you should have copies of education if you're currently working. If you needed a special diet and it's a prescription diet, that needs to be included. Activities of daily living: can you eat, take a bath, go to the bathroom, feed yourself? Prison activities of daily living is a little more important. And these are for inmates that have either some sort of mental deformity, similar to dementia, or others, where they have conditions where they don't listen to or interact with others like you or I, where they can trespass in other inmates' spaces, where they don't care about or understand that they need to stand in line while waiting for food. And if an alarm bell stands, they don't understand they need to drop to the floor. Or if an officer is barking orders, they just ignore it. And this can all result in a loss of privileges or ultimately solitary confinement, which just creates a worse condition for them regarding their mental illness. Drug abuse usually needs to be identified. Military service, what branch, discharge, kind of training that you have, all of your doctor's names, contact information, if you've had any hospitalization or office visits for your psychology, mental illness, all that needs to be documented with copies from their offices, copies of diplomas, certifications, religious diet. If your parents were alive or deceased, deaths were not natural, or rather were natural deaths, what did they die of? If you have any prosthetic devices or medical devices, you need the copies of the prescriptions for both of those. Getting your message on the record. What does this mean? Before you even have your pre-sentence interview, your attorney, your legal team introduces themselves to your probation officer. So they learn, one, the dictation deadline, so that they can have all of your information ready for when you have your pre-sentence interview. This means that they have time to build a rapport with the PO. Hopefully, the probation officer has not met with the prosecutor, so they haven't formed an opinion if you're guilty or not. Little effort on the part of your attorney can go a long way with regards to the probation officer. These individuals are very busy. They never have enough time. They don't have enough time. It's anything that can be done in easing their efforts or a portion of their workload, I'm sure can be appreciated. And it also gives your legal team time enough to define your defense strategy with their probation officer, maybe getting an ally, without having to. Now we're going to get into developing your replacement options with the court. Together with your team, we're implementing the Federal Bureau of Prisons using their own guidelines, their own programming statements, and any other material similar to medical records, character references that support the reasons why this request is being made to increase acceptance by the U.S. Attorney's Office, the court, and BOP ultimately. I hope you found this helpful. Please share it with those that you feel are in need. I'm easy to reach. If you have any questions, there's my phone number. Google search, you can find me. And regarding the pre-sentence report about we just spoke, I've been published. Hope you have a good day. And again, that you found this helpful, please subscribe if you'd like.